All right, let's just jump right in. We spend pretty much our whole lives focused on one thing, right? Learning. We're always trying to gain new skills, add more facts to our brains. But what if I told you that in a world that changes as fast as ours does, there's actually another skill that's, well, maybe even more important? It's what we're calling the art of unlearning. I want you to try something. Just for a second, think about this. Have you ever tried brushing your teeth with your other hand, the one you don't normally use? Go ahead, really picture it. It feels so clumsy, doesn't it? Super awkward, just wrong. Your muscles are all confused and your brain is basically screaming at you, hey, stop, just switch back to the way we've always done it.
And that resistance you're imagining, that's literally your brain's efficiency kicking into high gear. See, it's built these super strong pathways for the right way to do things, and it really, really doesn't like to stray from them. So it fights you. It's basically telling you, nope, stop, that's not how we do this.
So, if a simple little physical habit like that can create so much internal friction, can you even imagine how much harder it is to unlearn an idea? An idea you might have held on to for years or even decades? That right there is the real challenge we're going to dig into.
All right, so let's break down what this whole unlearning challenge is really all about.
Okay, so at its core, unlearning isn't really about forgetting stuff. It's way more active than that. It's about having the clarity to actually look at what you know and then decide, hey, does this still serve me? Is this still even accurate? And maybe the hardest part, is it time to just let this go? We have this common idea that being smart is like having a giant hard drive for a brain. The more information you can cram in there, the smarter you are. But what if that's not the whole story? In a world where information can become totally obsolete, like overnight, maybe real intelligence isn't just about storage. Maybe it's about having a really, really efficient delete key. Here's a fantastic way to think about this. Imagine your brain is like a map of the world. Now think about it. What good is a map from, say, 50 years ago? Seriously, if you're out there looking for a Starbucks, but your map is absolutely insisting that there's a blacksmith shop on that corner, well, that map isn't just useless, is it? It's actually worse than useless. It's actively leading you in the wrong direction. And this is what really gets to the heart of the difference. See, learning, that's the easy part. It's fun, right? It's exciting to draw that new Starbucks on your map. But unlearning? Well, that's something else entirely. That takes real courage. It means you have to admit that the blacksmith, the one you've relied on for years, just isn't there anymore. And you have to be willing to erase it.
Okay, so if having an accurate map is so obviously important, why on earth do we fight so hard to keep the old, outdated parts? Well, the answer, it has a lot less to do with information and a whole lot more to do with our identity. This next metaphor it cuts right to the heart of the problem. We don't just have ideas. No, we wear them. We wear them like they're our favorite sports team's jersey. They become a part of who we are. Think about it, right? If you've worn the blue team's jersey your entire life and someone comes along and suggests that, hey, maybe the red team is actually better, that doesn't feel like a simple discussion about facts or strategy, does it? No way. It feels like a personal attack, an attack on you, on your tribe, on your entire history. We literally fuse our sense of self with our beliefs, and that makes it almost impossible to look at them objectively.
And this is the crucial mental shift we all need to make. The goal is to not be your beliefs, but to use your beliefs, like tools. And think about it. When a tool is broken, or it's just outdated, you don't keep it around out of loyalty, do you? Of course not. You toss it, and you go get a better one. Okay, so we get it. The identity thing is a huge hurdle. But how do we actually do this? How do we start the process? Let's walk through a pretty practical guide. Here's another way to picture it, and it's a really simple one. Think of unlearning like finally cleaning out that super messy closet you've been avoiding for months. You know the one. To get through it all, you don't just dive in randomly. You need a system. And really it all boils down to a pretty simple two-step process. First, we need a test, a way to decide what to keep and what to toss out. And second, we need to adopt the right mindset to even approach the closet in the first place.
Okay, step one, the keep or toss test. For every single belief you pull out of that mental closet, you have to ask yourself this one really powerful question. Does this thought actually help me today? Or am I just holding on to it because I held on to it yesterday?
And that brings us to the second absolutely crucial step, adopting the right mindset. You can have the mindset of a soldier or the mindset of a scout. A soldier's goal, defend their ground, defend their beliefs, no matter what. Being wrong is a total defeat. But a scout has a completely different mission. Their goal isn't to defend anything.
It's to find the truth, to create the most accurate map of the world they possibly can.
So for a scout, finding out that they were wrong about something, that's not a defeat, it's actually a victory. It's not a failure, it's a successful update to the system. All it means is that their map of reality just got a little bit better, a little more accurate, and a whole lot more useful.
So when you start to put all of these pieces together, you see that unlearning stops being this scary thing, or a sign that you're weak or fickle. It completely transforms into something, well, something incredibly powerful.
In fact, if you really look at the most successful, most effective people in pretty much any field, you'll find they have all mastered this skill. They're totally comfortable saying something that, honestly, most of us are terrified to admit.
And that phrase is this: I used to think that, but I was wrong. See, that's not a confession of failure, not at all. It's a declaration of growth. It's a powerful sign that you value truth more than you value your ego, and that you are constantly, actively updating your mental map.
And let's be absolutely clear about this. Having the intellectual humility and just the raw courage to change your mind, that is not weakness. In a world that literally never stops changing, it is the ultimate advantage. It's a genuine superpower.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. As you go about your day-to-day, just take a look at your own beliefs, your own habits, and ask yourself, what old, outdated map might I still be using to get around in today's world?